Okay, welcome back, comers and newcomers. Eric here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a few upgrades to the powder measure assembly. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the rod and we're going to upgrade the fly knot here with a UniqueTek brass knob or brass holder. And let me tell you guys, this is incredibly heavy, and I think it's going to aid the process of the movement of the powder measure. Alright, so the first step is going to be we're going to remove the nut here, and we're also going to be replacing the here, let me remove this here. We're also going to be replacing this white bushing for a black one that is a little smaller, and we're just going to check out and see how it works. Alright. Okay, I had to reinstall it so I have enough leverage to remove that part. So we're going to go ahead and remove the bushing and the spring. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove this white bushing. We're going to replace it by one of these bushings. I got this from UniqueTek, and I believe this is an improvement to that bushing. I think it's going to be easier to install and remove and all that. So we're going to place that in. We're going to place the spring back in, and then we're going to add the heavy brass insert. So I wish you could feel how heavy this is. I mean, it's really well made, great quality seems like. And we're just gonna install it on the knob here. You press on that knob, and that is it, guys. As simple as that. This is by Entirely Crimson, and both knobs is by the bushing. And this part is by Entirely Crimson. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this up. Let's cycle it. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I installed the Entirely Crimson bushing here. Let me bring you guys in, but it wasn't really doing what I needed it to do. It was making the rod sort of crooked. I'm not sure why that is, but I went ahead and removed it and put the original back. I do have extra of these. Ask me how I know. One of them that I had on the I think 550 or the 1050 broke. 1100. So I went ahead and put it back, but I kept the brass, this heavy bushing here with a quick release. Really great. Next thing we're going to install is a primer stop lock from Armanov. Okay, and what this does is it allows you to cycle the press. You notice the primer bar goes all the way back, and let me guys maybe bring you guys out a little bit so you can see it. So say you're working on a load and you don't want to insert any more primers. All you have to do is insert this piece like so. Hold on, I think it's this way or the other way, I'm not sure. Yeah, this way. And it does have a magnet in the back. You insert the piece, and now if you notice, I am cycling the press. Here, let me do it with this other hand. And that primer bar is not going anywhere. Okay? Bring it down all the way. It's just moving a bit, but it's not going forward. Now, if you want to remove that and go back to reloading, all you got to do is take, and that'll magnetize and attach to the primer tube. Okay? And then you will have full rotation. We'll have full rotation of the primer arm again. The next accessory that we're going to install is the UniqueTek. Back you out. primer rod and holder for Dillon systems. This is such an awesome accessory because it is a much heavier rod than the plastic one that comes with the press. You know, we've all seen this plastic one, and this is much heavier, and it also comes with the rod holder instead of this plastic one that I bought from Armanov. I mean, you can see, look at the difference, how much more robust it is. So as part of the upgrades to the powder mechanisms and primer mechanisms, we're gonna go ahead and install this on the primer mechanism. In order to do that, all we have to do is remove the existing rod and install the new one. But because we're also installing the rod holder, we're gonna have to remove the alarm and our knurled brass insert here so that we can bring it all the way down. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to remove this knurled primer alarm. Comes off, and then I think we're gonna try to unscrew, if I'm not mistaken. Take out the brass. Okay. Now I am comparing the weight of both rods, and to be honest, I think plastic is lighter, and this is a very light aluminum, so it's not that much heavier. I guess it's just a little heavier, but you know, not that big of a deal. But it looks cool, and just a little heavier. Okay, so we're gonna remove this part here. I'm usually very careful when dealing with these parts here because it can mess up your primers. Okay, so now let's see, we're gonna try to bring this piece down to there, and it does have an Allen wrench here that we're gonna have to tighten up. So let me get my Dillon wrenches. I think this is gonna sit. Alright guys, sorry for the delay. I had to go back to my bench and find out that this is actually a T20 Torx head. And what I did is I placed the knurled side to the side, the adapter to the side, so that it's not interfering with the primer mechanism here. And it's pretty cool because it has the hole, but it also is depressed here, so it has like a little seater. So I'm glad I did that. And let's see, now what we have to do is install the knurled nut here, and then you just put the alarm back on, rod, and we are back in business. Let me show you it. That's it for this video with the primer rod, rod holder, and the primer stop switch. I am going to be replacing the plastic end that goes inside the primer tube, and this is the side where the primers fall, so the slide can grab them and put them inside the case. UniqueTek has come up with these brass inserts, and they are much more durable. If you're like me, that we reload a lot, you've noticed that these parts over here are plastic and they can get crushed. I'm not sure if it's with the slide moving back and forth on it or what, but they can get crushed. So these brass tips should negate that problem. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Let me get the tools and we'll see how we can do that. It's just to give you an idea of how flimsy these parts are. I just grabbed some pliers and very delicately I was trying to, you know, hold on, let me, very delicately I was trying to remove the piece here, and as I slipped once, you can tell, or you can see here, that it broke. So that is how flimsy or how delicate or badly manufactured these parts are. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install the much harder brass piece. All you gotta do, if I understand correctly, is slip it in there like so, and you are done. That's how the brass tip is supposed to look like. Now I have one already installed. I have primers already on my tube here, on my 650, but as soon as I run out of primers, I am going to install this piece, and of course this goes all the way down. This goes all the way down and seats down in there. Alright guys, so that is the installation of the brass primer magazine tube end. Thanks for watching.